Welcome to the Authentic Conversation series. My name is Rakita, and I am the CEO of the Social Experience, where we help diverse teams and groups build better relationships through conversation and shared authenticity. Yes, shared authenticity. And we do that through the social experience, which is our in person interactive community building experience for teams and groups that work together. And also, I facilitate community building within networking spaces at conferences. I don't know who I'm talking to without these glasses on. Y'all know I need some glasses. Here we go. Boom, I'm in business. So, in addition to the social experience, I also facilitate workshops and keynote experiences on topics surrounding self discovery, communication, and relationship building. But on the days when we don't have anything going on in person, we also have the conversation cards. Yes, the social experience has conversation cards that are meant to build reflection and conversation and help with commonality. So you can use these cards by yourself, you as journal prompts, or you can use them with friends, coworkers, and family members to really just connect more and really broaden some of the conversation topics that we talk about with one another. So, as always, at the Authentic Conversation series, I have a special guest, but everyone here is my guest, and I love for folks to get involved in the conversations. So, I am going to introduce my very, very, very special guest, Diana Fang, and then we're going to get into it, okay? So, Diana, she gets it. As a small business owner herself, Diana Wei Fang understands the ups and downs of entrepreneurship. She also knows that your business is only as good as the systems that support it. That's why she launched The Finer Points, a Washington, D.C. based boutique firm focused on helping you create and employ effective business systems. It's time to move past the sticky note processes that you launched with. Yes. She's ready to jump into the nitty gritty with you and help you shift from surviving to thriving. Not interested in a quick fix. She is here to play the long game. Why? Because she believes you and your business have the potential to have a lasting impact on the world. Diana refuses to see one more small business close shop. She wants to see you defy the odds and thrive. Ooh, I love that about Diana. So, y'all, please show Diana some love in the chat. I want some hearts or some hand claps as we bring Diana to the stage. Welcome. Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey girl, hey! I'm so excited to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
I am so happy that you are here. This is just a lunchtime kiki, just to show all the girlies that connecting with the people that you know and love doesn't take much time. Just got to reach out and schedule something, and it can be as short as 30 minutes.
I'm here for it.
Okay. So I like to start every question or every session with the same question so that I can ground people within the space and I can ground folks within the day. So if I have anyone watching here today, I know my wife Diamond is usually in the building. I want to know what's bringing you joy. And Diana, please let me know what's bringing you joy today.
Ooh, um, I would say you get those friends that send you reels all the time because they're thinking of you, or like funny memes. That is bringing me joy. Just the fact that someone would think of me and that we could have a shared experience for just a moment across the internet, that brings me joy. Send me all your memes. I'm here for it.
Okay, I will keep that in mind as I find me as I come across them.
It does. It's like an honor. Like there's so many humans in the world, and the fact that you would think of me, that brings me joy.
And it's beautiful. I love when people think about me because now I'm like, oh my God, what made you think about me? Or it just makes me feel so special.
I mean, sometimes it's an inappropriate meme, but I'll take it.
As long as you like it, it's appropriate. Inappropriate is in the eye of the beholder.
Oh, okay. I'm going to use that from now on. Inappropriate is in the eye of the beholder. Rikita said it first.
I said it first. So, what is bringing me joy today is I have been reading. I thought I had my book in here. It's called A Love Song for Ricky Wilde. I think it's by Tia Williams. And I am in like the last 90 pages. Like the next time I sit down with this book, the goal is to finish it. But that is like usually the best part of a book to me because now I'm ready to get to the end. Like it's been a beautiful journey, but what is going to happen?
You ever get like sometimes you don't want it to end, like you're not ready to part with the characters, and so then I like won't pick it up. I'm just like not ready.
I'm like that. The last book I read, a Cloak and Dagger series. I'm struggling to find the name, but there was a book too, and I was like so happy because the book two,
Mhm.
it could have just been a long book one. It really literally left off where book one ended, and it felt good to live with those characters just a little longer.
Oh, I know. I finished my friend Natalie convinced me to read this book that everyone's reading right now. It's called The Fourth Wing. And when she was like, "You will not regret it." First of all, we use the public library. It's
Me too.
amazing. Well, I live in DC, so you can get the public library access in DC, Maryland, and Virginia because we're so close together, which
Ooh,
means there are different it's pretty great. And so we use it on the Kindle, and it was, like, legitimately, like, a six-month wait for the book, and Natalie's like, "It's totally worth it. Go read it." So, I read it. Let me tell you something. It's a ride. Get buckle up. That's number 1. Number 2, she did not tell me it's a five-part series. Not
wow!
only not only that, it is probably one of the few books in life that at the very last page and last sentence, I physically gasped. And then I was so mad that it ended. She hadn't released the second book yet. She did now, but, like, as of today, she has released a second book. That is it. She still has to write 3, 4, and 5. And I was so mad that she started me on this trajectory, and now I have to wait years.
You're in it. My wife said The Fourth Wing is on her list, so I am
Put
going
it to
to
the
pick
top.
up this book.
Put it to the top. I'm not kidding, but also it's a little steamy, just FYI.
She's ready. I think that's what she's looking
Okay.
for.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was like, it gets a little steamy in there. But, yes, to this point where I was so upset that it finished, like, we had to, like I reread it, and everyone when people figured out that I was reading it, I was getting text messages of, like, theories, what could it be? And then, like, people would, like, figure something else out, and I would have to read it again to be like, how did I miss that?" It's not okay.
You need a book club.
I don't no, no, no. But tell your wife that it's even better because when you figure it out, it's about dragons. And when you figure this out, that she wrote the dragon based on her bulldog, it just makes it that much better.
She said that's definitely what she's looking for. Okay, Diamond, so I'm glad you're here so that you can join the conversation. If I have anyone else who has joined the conversation since we started, just put "Hey girl, hey" in the chat. I want to know that you're here because
Mm,
I want to talk to you and I want to add you into our conversation as well.
for
So,
sure.
we are you ready to get into our first
Yeah, you should move on
prompt?
because I could talk about the fourth wing for probably the entirety of the podcast. So,
Okay, we won't do it then. I'm going to
okay, great.
shuffle it up. As everyone knows, it's the power of the cards. I don't pre-select the questions.
I
Okay.
feel like I need a drum roll. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, y'all, and I did a new card design so we can see them on the screen a little bit. Yeah,
Hey.
so tell me about the last event you purchased a ticket to attend.
Oh, well, I purchase a lot of tickets all the time, so that's easy. Phew. Um, I you know, you just never know what you're gonna get with these cards. I love musical theater. I love supporting Broadway, and I have a few friends that do the same, and I actually went to school for music and
Ooh,
business. Mhm. So I have, like, a arts management master's degree, and then I have 2 bachelors, one in music and one in business. And so I've always loved music. I've always loved just, like, being able to witness live performances, but also now once you're in that world, it's a small world. So all of your friends are in shows now too. I'm nowhere near this industry, but all my friends are in things. So we
Right.
just came back from a weekend in New York and we did a triple feature. It was awesome. We won, me and my friends, we won the lottery to the Notebook.
Okay.
Uh-huh. We won some really cheap tickets to The Great Gatsby, which is good.
Y'all
And
won?
then
What else did you win?
and then I won a silent auction a couple months ago, and so we got not free, but, like, in the auction, the package that I won was Sweeney Todd tickets, and my friend is a concertmaster in Sweeney Todd. So, we saw a triple header, if that's a thing.
It is a thing. Yep. It's a triple header.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah. So, that's what we did.
So it is interesting to find out that you have a music degree.
Mhm.
I
Tomorrow, we are going to see the National Symphony Orchestra in rehearsal in the morning, so we're going to their rehearsals.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's super fun.
Look, I'm like geeking out. I have a degree in vocal music.
I
My
knew
bachelor's
we
degree.
were I knew we were besties. I knew it. Tell me more.
Yes. I'm a
Hit
mezzo
me.
soprano. Yeah, I
Mm,
went to school for to be a performer, to do vocal music, and it was fun while I was an undergrad, and then when I graduated, I was like, I don't think I wanna live the life of a performer. I like to have my own stuff. I don't like having roommates, and, I like paid time off. So I needed a plan B really, really fast. But
mm.
yeah, I have a music degree that I like to say that I don't use it, but I do. My degree is in music and philosophy. So since I present and talk and stuff, I know that's all really a part of being a performer, to be on stage and to be in front of folks. But yeah, I used to sing a little bit. I was a mezzo soprano.
I love this so much. So, I became a music major because I didn't grow up with any money, and there was no one to pay for college, and you could get music scholarships. I didn't know a thing about music. I didn't I didn't know where middle C was. And so I auditioned. I just sang into a camera, submitted it to the music department just to see if I can get a scholarship. And, he you know, the music teacher and the department chair at the time, he must have seen something, and I'm very grateful to him. He is, no small potato over there. He's won some extremely large awards, and he saw something in me, and he just, brought me in and talked to me about it and offered me a full ride my first year.
Oh,
I had to
wow.
pay for the other years, but the first year was a full ride, and I was like, I don't know where middle C is, right?" And he goes, "I could teach that to you. I can teach you." He's like and he played middle C right away. He goes, "Here it is. You know where middle C is now." He's like, "That's not the stuff that, like, holds someone back." And so I'm super grateful to him, but, loved my time as a music major, truly. And then that got me into a trajectory of just working with artists, and so I love it so much. I'm so happy you were artist too.
It's probably why I was connected to you. I'm like, I was just really drawn to you. So let me
That
tell
and
you
so many other things.
so many other things.
So many other things.
So the last event I purchased a ticket to attend, my niece, nephew, and son were in Charlotte for spring break, and we bought tickets to go see the Charlotte Hornets. So it was most of our first NBA game, and it was my son's favorite team. They were playing Boston. So he was
Yes.
in it to win it. Meanwhile, my wife and I are watching like women's March
No,
Madness on our phone at the game because now I want to watch Iowa play.
dead. I'm dead. You're on the
NBA
phone
game
watching women.
for watching women's NCAA basketball.
That's amazing. Yes. How did your son feel about wearing Boston paraphernalia in Charlotte?
So here is the thing. Most of the people were there to see Boston.
Oh!
There's the
Sorry,
gag.
Charlotte. Sorry, Charlotte. My bad.
Yeah, like
Yikes.
we're in the city eating dinner and stuff, and all we see are these Celtics jerseys. And I was like, oh, like, okay, Boston really came out. But we go inside of the stadium and it is mostly Boston fans. They are booing Charlotte. It is wild disrespectful, to be honest.
Oh my gosh. Was your son just like, I found my people?
Yeah, he was in heaven. He was in
Yeah.
heaven. He loved it there. Like we couldn't have found a better game for him to attend. He was in his place with his people.
You guys are good mamas.
Thank you.
Mhm.
This all right, this leads to the next question. I think it looks like, okay, what new family traditions have you started?
Well, I'm single, and I think what I have loved as a single person is families that have invited me to their traditions, and I would like to continue that. So, for example, there's a beautiful family here. Every Sunday night, they host a dinner for all these singles. I mean, when they started, we were all single. Now there's other kids involved, and people have gotten married along over the years, but predominantly, there's still a solid majority of us that are single. And every Sunday night, without fail, if they're in town, they're hosting dinner and they're going to cook it. And I mean, I can count on like one hand the amount of times they've asked us to contribute to dinner over the years. So I feel like that is a fun tradition. And then during COVID, our group was too large. So we had to split into smaller groups for pods. And I have loved that too, because then we ended up with like multiple Sunday dinners. Like we started really early. There's a 5 o'clock group, there's a 6:30 group. And so
Gotcha.
now that we're not in lockdown, you just kind of like go around to the different houses. But I do love that tradition. Like once a week, we get to see each other over dinner. And that's really fun to me.
That is really beautiful. And I love
Mhm.
how you all found a way to adapt this very beautiful communal space, even in the midst of a chaotic pandemic. And you're still
Yeah.
able to like make it work and it survived through.
Mhm.
That is
Mhm.
beautiful.
I mean, shout out to married couples who invite singles into their daily lives. Truly, like there are married couples here that I'm so grateful to because like Thanksgiving and Christmas and Easter and all those, like they just invite me in. There's like married couples with children who have just been like, just join the chaos, like I'll pick up their
Yeah,
kids from school, I'll take them to gymnastics, I'll like do whatever. And it's just like a normal part of life. And so that like in 2 weeks, I'm gonna take one of my friend's kids to Disneyland for the first time. I'm so excited. She's 3.
ooh,
I know, not my kid, but who cares?
who
I'm in it.
cares?
Mhm.
Yeah, we love bringing in kids into the fold, and
Mhm.
during the pandemic, I should start this. It's not a new family tradition, but during the pandemic, I was doing something I called the intimate party series. And
Ooh.
everybody thought it was like a sex party thing, but that's not what it
No.
was. It was really just that people have different interests, even within a friend group. So I would find a small thing and only invite like the 3 or 5 people who would be interested in that thing, and I'd have a small party. So
Oh,
I had so I had a coloring party.
yes. I love that.
Yeah, a handful of people who like to color, and it was like COVID. So I made like wine shots and like wine jello shots, and I had like yogurt pops, like just these
Oh.
individual type of snacks that people could enjoy. And we bought a projector during that time. So people who like certain movies, I would just invite that 3 to 4 people and we watch an action movie together or something. So it was my intimate party series. I wanted people to know that they like not to feel left out, but because we can't gather in these large groups, like I'm not even gonna invite you if that's not where your interest lies. So I created these very specialty parties, and that is something newer. And I think I want to continue that as well.
I love that so much. See, we don't go smaller. We just force the other humans to love what we love. And it's actually been really fun. I can see both and like I can see like wanting to nerd out with just the 3 to 5, which sounds so great. But I also think there's something beautiful too about like us learning to love what another person loves, who's just like part of the friend group. And
Yeah.
so that was, yeah, both and. But yeah, we started specialty groups, not an intimate, it's not a sex thing. So we started like monthly dinners with like a specific theme. So last month
Ooh.
was, yeah. So last month was pick an Asian country and bring a dish from that country. So we all had to learn how to cook something from a different country. So then
Oh,
this Saturday is Middle East. So we're all learning how to cook a Middle Eastern dish and bringing it. Do we all know how to cook Middle Eastern food? Absolutely not. We're all going to figure this out. And then we all eat it together and learn something together.
you know what? I think I might be in DC by the end of the summer. I want to come
Done.
through.
Yes, come through. The next one is Mediterranean, and then after that, I think we can't decide if we wanna do deep south or if we wanna do something like pick a EU country or something like that. I don't know. We haven't figured out the others.
That yeah, that sounds my wife says that's dope. So I guess we're
Come
coming
through.
together.
Come through. Bring your kids because the kids get involved too.
Look, we like
Mhm.
we like to travel solo. If we come into DC, it's a solo trip. It'll be just us.
Okay.
We'll bring a bottle of wine or something.
No, you have to cook something.
I'm visiting. I don't
You
like
can
cooking. I don't
you
like
can
to
buy
cook outside of
something.
my kitchen.
Okay, listen.
Okay.
For pick an Asian country and bring a dish, my friend doesn't cook either, and he brought mochi ice cream.
It works.
It was delicious. It worked. It fit the theme. It fit the theme. Points to him, really.
Really, for real.
See?
Okay.
You don't have to cook. Mhm.
I have one more question and then I want to
Do
get
it.
into your very special offer that you have going on right now.
Ooh, okay.
Okay, this question is how do you define success?
Ooh, this one hurts so much.
Why? Why does it hurt so much?
Um, I grew up like I grew up without really a family, and so for me, I was in hustle mode all the time. You
Mhm.
know? Like I don't have any memories from ages from like 0 to 8. The trauma is that bad. So my brain is just like, "We just gonna protect you from that." There's no memories. And then after that, I know I hopped around a lot, but essentially people started telling me my earliest memories are probably like 8-ish. People started telling me like, "You don't have family." I do, by the way. I do have biological family out there in the world somewhere. I just don't know them that well. So, someone was like, if people started telling me, "You don't have family, there's no one to take care of you, it's all you." And so at, like, 8, I was like, "Not today." And so I would just, like, hustle my way through, you know? I started my first job at, like, 11? I
Oh, that's
like
really
yeah,
young.
yeah, I worked volunteer, I didn't get paid, but at 11, I worked at a nursing home in, Brooklyn, and I ran the rehab floor, and I kid you not, I ran it because I was tall, so people didn't realize how young I was, and
Yeah.
I picked up on it so fast that the person running the floor, she would actually take off for the whole summer if she knew I was gonna volunteer because she was like, "You know how to do this, you can run the show." Well, one day the dietitian comes over and he's like, "How old are you?" And I was like, 12. He's like, "What?" He's like,
Like,
"Did you just give meds to someone the other day?" And I was like, "Yes, but I learned how, so I did it right."
absolutely not.
Yeah, he was like, "That is wild." Yeah, and then I got bored, and they moved me to, like, an executive office, and I was, like, taking care of the executive director of the nursing home at one point, but then I got bored after that, and so they could never, like, keep me entertained long enough. That
Right.
being said, success is very difficult to sit and pause and define when you've been in hustle mode for the last 30 years of your life, you know?
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm in a coaching group right now. Like my business coach and his whole team, every 90 days, they ask us, "What are you most proud of in the last 90 days?" I skip that question every time. I
No.
do.
No.
I skip it every time, never fails. Because I feel like cross something off and I'm on to the next thing. Because to me, it's not like I don't know. I don't know if it's I'll have to ask my therapist. I don't know if it's just like there's never enough or if I just don't slow down long enough, but I don't
I
really
think it's a societal
yeah.
thing where you just kind of move on and things are moving so fast that, there's a need to catch up and be better and do more. And my mantra for this year has been to revisit and refine. I'm good at
Mm,
some things, but I wanna be great at a few things. So it's time for me to revisit them with my new knowledge and new appreciation and where I am in life. Because some things I made out of my hustle mentality and I made in grind mode, and it's sufficient, but it's not great. So I'm going back and making things better.
mm,
And I don't know, I guess it ties into how I define success. I am these days, success looks like being able to help others and provide for myself in a way that I'm able to keep my values intact and my morals intact and to still be able to operate within a place of passion within my zone of genius. Like that feels like success to me. And also like sleeping without an alarm clock. I don't know what about that feels so successful, but
so good. It's so good.
like,
It is one of life's little luxuries,
ooh,
right?
ooh,
Mhm.
yeah, it makes me feel successful.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but like not needing an alarm clock feels like success because there are many days that I worked so much and so hard that when I did lay down to rest, I needed it so much that I did need an alarm, or I was
Mhm.
only able to take these quick moments of rest in between jobs or school or gigs or whatever it was I was doing. So to be able to like, oh, luxuriate fully in my rest, that feels like success because it is something that I definitely prayed for a long time ago.
Oh my gosh. I hope to absorb your rest one day. I I literally just wrote about this in my newsletter. I was like, my therapist actually prescribed massages to me to get me to slow the F down. She was like, "You have to every month, every single
Yeah,
month. That is your job." She's like, "It's part
this
of your day job."
yeah, because
Mhm,
the world will kill you if you allow it.
mhm.
And as
Yeah.
entrepreneurs, like, we get to carve out a little piece of the world that is our own. And we can do
Mhm.
that in our daily lives as well, but then as you become an entrepreneur, like, that little piece that you carves out just gets a little larger. And, I believe in having heaven on earth, and if that means that I create heaven within my space and my sphere of influence, like, that's just where I start.
Yes. That is actually how I started my business. Did you know that?
No. Tell me more.
I believe in heaven on earth, and I believe that, like, for me, I'm pretty faith-based, and so, for me, I believe that we were placed on earth for a purpose. I believe that small business owners and dreamers and creatives, you are living that purpose out. This is what you were meant to do, and I believe that just like watching the fail rate of small businesses, it's 90% a year,
I believe.
and it is. It's 90% a year. And to me, if I believe that heaven is on earth, we threw our purpose away because it got hard for a second.
Mhm.
And we didn't set things up properly. We didn't steward the season properly. And I just said, I'm done. Absolutely not. And so, what can I do? I can help you set up a better system. I can help you be an extra human to talk to. I can like anytime you're not giving up, that is another day where heaven is on earth. I believe it. And that's why
I
I started my business because I was like, I'm done. This number is insane. It shouldn't be like that.
The number is insane, and I
Mhm.
believe you, like, not only because I believe that you are thorough in the statistics that you have found, but even in the way that you have made me feel within my business, with you being a HoneyBook Pro and helping me with HoneyBook and setting up these systems so that I have the extra time to live in my passion. I have those times to go to the park or enjoy experiences or watch documentaries that really inform my work and also inform like me as a human being. And having that freedom to allow these systems to do what they do has really helped me with the confidence that I need to stay into this entrepreneurial game. So I really appreciate you for that.
That makes me so happy.
Oh, I
It
want to
does.
thank you so much for sharing why you have been like why you started your business. But I think this is also a really great time to hear more about the anniversary of the finer points. Tell me about how you're celebrating your anniversary with your customers.
Ooh. Speaking of success, I almost didn't acknowledge it, and then, I was challenged by a lot of people. You have to acknowledge it. It's such a huge milestone. Only 30% of small business owners make it to the 5-year mark. Y'all, what are we doing? It's like
Ye
70% of, like, purposes that we're just tossing, and I just talk to me. If you're watching this and you wanna give up, just call me, okay? Thanks, bye.
Yep,
Um,
I approve that message.
if you I'm so excited. I know that it's a hard year. I think it's, just with the way society is right now and the way the world is, it makes people uneasy. It makes me uneasy. I live in DC. I'm home. It's like ground zero to all the chaos.
For
But,
real.
and it's an election year. And globally, there's war, and that makes us nervous. Just as humans, it makes us nervous. And we tend to hoard and store things because we're nervous, right? It makes us not want to take a risk. I just want to say, like, take the risk. Take the risk. And that is why for my 5-year anniversary, I'm doing 5 weeks of offers. I know you want to save money, where I never offer discounts. I am offering discounts for the next 5 weeks, different discounts for different people. Every week we'll have a different offer. I'm only offering each one for 1 week only, but I'm determined to see the 90% get reversed. So jump on my email list so you can get an offer. That's what I'm saying.
I have been looking at your email list and I'm like, I don't know which offer I want. I know we just work together and I feel like my honey book is like maybe 97.5% done.
Mhm, mhm. There's more
So
coming.
you will see me in
Okay.
you'll see me soon. I'm looking at the offers. I'm reading the emails.
Oh, I love it. Thank you so much for reading the emails.
And you've inspired me. I wasn't going to say anything about my business anniversary, but this month on the 20th, 420, will be 4 years that I started my business.
Yes, girl, yes.
So I'm going to do something soon, folks. Please stay tuned. I'm doing something soon to celebrate my anniversary
Mhm.
because, as you mentioned, Diana, it has been there are some times that have just been so rough and so hard. And like
Yeah.
right before I called you, I just remember crying to my wife and just saying, I can't do this alone. I don't know if
Mhm.
I can afford anyone to help like on a full-time basis. I don't know. Just crying. And a few days later, as I went to Honeybook, I was like, oh, I got this proposal or this contract I need to send. Let me just try to do it in Honeybook. And I was like, no, no, you don't even really know how to work this. You've tried. Like, no, we're just gonna do it the old-fashioned way. We'll figure it out. And somehow I ended up on that HoneyBook Pro page, and that's how I found you. It
I'm
was like
so glad you did.
it was
I'm
right on
so glad.
time.
Because what the work you're doing is so important. It's so important, and the way that you go about it is different than other people, and we just need to make it easier. It's hard to run a business, but it doesn't have to be that hard. It
Yeah.
doesn't, and it doesn't have to be alone. So, I'm so glad you did it. I'm so excited. Also, happy 4 years. Yay.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It like I said, some days I did not even know if I was gonna make it this far, and I did, and it really is to the help of so many people. I have coaches as well, and it's you just you just made it all right. You just I don't know, you brighten my day. I was telling people about you anytime. They're like, "So how's the business going?" I'm like, "I just worked with this honeybook
Oh,
professional and they really set up my account, got me to a point that I could have more time to myself and also show up in a way that I want to show up in business." I know when we think about showing up in business, we think about the attire or the bag or some of these physical aspects, but really showing up um, in a way with your systems that gives a great customer journey really is also showing up in business and being very professional. So, if you didn't get the email address for Diana, please find her on Instagram at the finer points. You can definitely engage in all of her content, engage in the anniversary celebration that's going on, and everything that are beautiful systems related.
okay, you can come to dinner and not bring anything.
Yes, I made it.
You made it.
So, Diana, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna end with my folks. You don't go anywhere though, because we're gonna chat just a little bit afterwards, okay?
Okay. Thank
It
you
was
guys so
wonderful.
much.
It was wonderful having you. I really enjoyed this conversation that I had with Diana today. And I want to thank everyone celebrating me for my 4 years. Um, it's been a journey to say the least. So I have been thinking about doing something for my 4 year anniversary. Really looking at the post and being on Diana's email list has really inspired me to celebrate this milestone, even though I don't always feel like I'm doing the best. It makes me think about my hair. Like sometimes I do my own hair. And in the thick of it, like when I'm braiding it and parting it, and I'm seeing every aspect of the style and what's going on, I don't like it. I'm like, I don't like this. I'm not professional. I'm not trained. I don't know how to do this. And then once it's done and I see it in its totality, I'm like, oh, this is very beautiful. This is a wonderful thing. So sometimes when you're in the thick of life and you're in the thick of business and you see it every day, it doesn't look how you want it to look, or sometimes you have those feelings of inferiority. I just want to challenge you this week to step out of it a little bit. Take a break. Look at the larger picture. Go back to things that you've done before and look at the growth and look at where you are today. And sometimes it'll make you want to celebrate and just thinking about where I've come and where I am now. I'm excited to celebrate. So please, I encourage you to join the email list. The link is also in the event description. I want you to join the list. We have some really great things on the horizon. Again, I want to thank you for joining the Authentic Conversation series. As always, I really just want to enhance conversations. I want to enhance our communities, and I really want to enhance the way that we connect with one another. But I understand that that happens one conversation at a time. So thank you for joining us today. Please join me next week, same time, same place, and have a great day.